the parks in Chichester are a lot busier than the parks in Croydon. I'm just conscious that there's like people really close by. I'm not even can't show you because then I'd be filming people. Although that sort of links into it actually. I was at the London Screenwriters Festival and I was telling someone about Paz and they were sort of horrified. I think because they followed me on Twitter and they'd seen the link that I posted to a Paz video. So they had kind of come at it sort of the right way, sort of through me, but they'd assumed that I was just sharing a link with someone and that they thought this was a real person. And then the more I kind of explained about the project, which normally is when people kind of go, oh okay, that's cool, or they get sort of interested in it, more horrified she became the idea, and particularly that we'd sort of filmed sort of outside with real people, she thought it was particularly not right, which didn't bother me at the time, and still doesn't really. It's what's bothered me is the reaction to the last two videos. So there's been a secret video. So she did a video about women directors, and at the end of it she said she'd sort of released something secret, and I hadn't really massively thought about what I was going to do. I sort of figured we'd show some footage we hadn't shown before from the pub. I had this idea ages ago that maybe like sort of like with Lonely Girl 15, the audience were like massively into it and were like looking for clues the whole time. With this, no one is looking for clues, so anything I just seem to be making things worse. And so I sent them this clip from the pub footage of, and it's the moment when Paz leaves, which we'd cut out of the thing, and people know it's cut out because Jack mentions it. And so the response to that, everyone was quite, I mean, only about 3 or 4 people got it, and they were all quite concerned. There was a mixture. I think 2 of them were concerned and were like, what happened? And 2 of them were saying, well, I totally get that, I don't like being out in pubs either. Anyway, so there was that, which was like, yeah, what was I expecting to happen? It's this thing that no one knows, there is a mystery. I don't know how. I mean, well, I do know how, because it's not been that, I've sort of been too subtle about it. Anyway, and then the last video, so the last video had sort of been playing up that sort of Paz is kind of depressed and miserable. And so she makes this video about dead YouTubers. Weirdly, I realised watching it, born out of my own frustration with YouTube, with the media. Like, I saw a video the other day, actually. There's been a lot of people talking about how YouTube's kind of broken, and someone pointed out that it has been broken for a while, that because they changed the way it worked. I think it used to be easier to kind of ascend like through the ranks of YouTube, whereas now there are small YouTubers who have a sort of few hundred subscribers like me, but even a few thousand, still, that's to get to that next threshold is incredibly difficult, which is what I found out with Paz, is that she doesn't pick up subscribers naturally. There doesn't seem to be a way to do that anymore. The only way to do it, and it's what I was trying to do with Paz, was to try and get like one video to sort of go viral, or not viral necessarily, but to be more popular. But even then, even when people retweeted sort of videos, like the Soska sisters retweeted the Women Filmmakers video, I didn't do anything to the views. I mean, they've got many more followers than Paz has and than I have, but it sort of didn't make any difference really. Yeah, so in a way that last video of Paz's was kind of born out of this, but like at the end of it, she finds this, she's distracted throughout. You can go and watch it, I don't know why I'm explaining exactly what happens all the way through, but she finds this package that someone's left, and as it was written, I'd written that she actually kind of took the camera and went downstairs, went outside and sort of got the package, and then came back. And then I was like, well, why would she do that? She wouldn't sort of get up with the camera and film it. That sort of didn't feel natural, and so we didn't film it like that. We just filmed her going and coming back. And then on Twitter I talked about when she was filming, she sort of, oh, there's someone at the door, I'm going to go and find out what's going on. And then in the actual video I just put a break in, which is a bit of a cheat, because again, why would she sat and edited this, she just decided to put this bit on, why would she put a break in? But it felt too weird for it just to happen. I sort of want people to buy into the story now, so I was like, well, it doesn't matter that it looks, so maybe the correct thing to do now thinking about it would have been to take the camera and go and find the package outside. Yeah, I see what I've done there. So she's quite distressed at the end of the video and quite angry, and then so the response to that has been, I think a lot of people haven't known how to respond, because we've had quite a few views but not many comments, and a few people have just commented on, the people who have commented have just commented on the content of the video. But then she's had quite a few direct messages on Twitter, I mean, not loads, but like a handful of direct messages from people who are quite concerned. Weird position to be in, because I think I've said before, like, I never intended the kind of conceit to go on for this long, but it has, and but it's sort of, do I carry on, or do I sort of message those people and say, actually, don't worry, it's not real? Like, because I watch them and it's so obvious. I mean, the fact that there's the guy in the painting in the last video, he's in the middle of the painting, and it's weird because I've been editing a trailer, so I've kind of seen, you know, back when we started, I've been looking at the older ones where there's no guy in the painting, and then you sort of see him gradually move through, and it seems really obvious. Obviously, I know it's there. I mean, this is the thing, I think I've really underestimated, like, you know, how subtle it all is. Anyway, I've got to go back to work. We're planning to launch it at the end of September. I don't know what launching it means, but I'm certainly planning to, I'm doing this trailer, I'm going to try and advertise it a bit more, wherever I can advertise it for free, but to try and get people to share the trailer and stuff. But there's still no guarantee that will get back to the audience who are just watching Paz, so who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching. Go and check out Paz vs Stuff as always, and please do, as Paz will continue to act normally, as normal as you can be when you're being stalked by a supernatural entity, so please do give me your support, but then I might get stressed out about it and think that I've gone too far. So anyway, go and take a look, see what you think. Bye.